I thought some angles made him look cool, but overall I was like, it's not good.
Yeah.
I'm. Is this recording or not? I think it is recording.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Hold on. Hold on, is it recording or not? No, I don't think it is, actually.
Oh, are you sure?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa, that's such a massive delay. So the way I'm going to divide the show up is we're going to talk about our experiences at Comic-Con, which isn't a lot, you know. I just kind of want to talk. It was a big event for me, though. It's like my central point. I don't know about you talking to the mic.
It was alright.
It was okay. We're gonna talk about. Wait, let me lay out what we're gonna do.
Sorry.
We're gonna talk about Comic-Con, and then we're gonna go over how to draw hair. We're gonna go over how to draw hair, and then we are going to do a book recommendation at the very end. And I'm hoping all that takes an hour.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If not, I'll edit it down to an hour. We'll figure it out. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's talk about really quick about Comic-Con. Comic-Con passed recently. That was San Diego Comic-Con. It's a central point of my year. I've been going every year since I was 12. Every single year. I never missed a single year. And I am 31. So, God, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I've been getting in free for the last, 8 years because of the professional badge. And I think you've been getting in for free since when?
I don't know.
Talking to the mic.
Since maybe 2005, I want to say.
2005?
2005, 2006.
Wow.
Around there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what'd you buy? What'd you do at Comic-Con? Tell me about what's up.
Mostly just bought comics and then some art books. I went during the around Saturday. I saw Ryan Reynolds. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Ryan Reynolds!" And shit
Yeah.
like that.
I think you were there.
All the girls.
Yeah. I think you were there at the same time I was because I heard that too, and I wasn't
Yeah.
sure who the hell it was. And then you got the bags that were outside there at the
Yeah.
same time. I'm thinking you might have been right there. I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Do you see anybody else, or
No, not really. Just Ryan Reynolds.
did you wait for your panels?
No, I didn't go into panels.
No.
I'm not gonna wait in line.
Yeah,
That's
that
too
was-
long.
Yeah.
Way
that's
too
true.
long.
I'm trying to recap on everything. For the most part, how much did you spend money-wise, when you go to that?
I don't think you want to know.
Well, just to tell everybody tell anybody who hasn't been, I don't know who
I'd
hasn't been.
say if you want the full experience, bring 1,000. Because I spent half that, 400, I think,
Jesus Christ.
or 450.
You spent 500, didn't you?
Probably 500. I don't know. I lost count because
Oh
I
my
bought
God.
so much stuff.
Yeah, me too. I lost
Mostly
count.
art books do. Art books take up most of the.
Yeah, me too. I think I bought I think I spent 400 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe no 300.
Hmm.
I think I spent 300 because I didn't get a ton of books. I just remember getting expensive books that I wanted. Like $60 on the internet, it'd be 40 there, and it was for whatever reason it was too new to be on
Same thing,
Amazon.
I'd buy art books or whatever that are not on Amazon or can't get it in this country.
Right,
So I just get it at Comic-Con.
right. And I didn't see any celebrities this year. There's years
No?
where I always see. I don't think I saw any. Yeah, I don't
Not
think.
even at during they're having they're showing their movie or whatever. See them.
Oh, to see them. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. In that case, seeing them from super far away, I would
Yeah.
say I saw, but I didn't get a signature. I don't know. I feel like it's worth
Oh,
it. But I was gonna
me
say I
too.
saw the cast of American Horror Story. Did you
Oh,
see
yeah?
that show?
Yeah.
You saw that show?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that show? Or what do you think of that
It's
show?
alright.
I like it. I think it's fun. I don't love it. I just think it's really fun to watch.
Oh.
Even though some of the quality's up and down. New Heroes, how that's coming back.
Yeah.
I saw that. That
Oh,
was okay. It made me want to watch the show. I'll say that. Because when I heard the show was coming back, I'm like fuck this show. I mean, I saw the show. I liked it a lot back in the day, but then I was it got really stupid, and then it's been years, and I was like, fuck it. But now, I might watch it. What?
How does how does a person get a booth at Comic-Con?
You pay for it? Is this a riddle? What are you
No,
talking about?
No, cause some people would ask me how do you get a booth at Comic-Con? So, do you,
Well, you
do you know?
talk slightly closer.
Do you know?
Yeah, do I know? No, I don't. Well, yeah, I know how to do it. You have to go to the front desk. You go to a desk over there.
Yeah.
I guess you can do it online,
Uh-huh.
but I know you go to a desk over there that says exhibitors or something, and then you get a little form, and then you can sign up. Before December, it's cheaper, and if you want a corner booth or not, it's cheaper. But it's anywhere from between 2,500 to 3,500.
So like what that one guy was telling me was wrong then? Like
Oh, that's Artist Alley you're talking about.
Artist
Artist
Alley.
Alley is different.
oh, how do you get to
Artist Alley,
then?
you just apply and that's about it.
Oh, you just apply. And
Yeah, you just apply.
and
You-
they'll randomly pick you, or is it? Just,
I don't know about rant. I have no idea what criteria they pick, to be honest.
Okay.
I have no idea. I told you I had a friend there, and he's like not very good. He doesn't work on comics,
Yeah.
and he's there.
Huh.
So I don't understand. But I know he got accepted like when the standard was different. You know,
Yeah.
He got accepted like 20 years ago, like in the 90s.
Oh.
So maybe he just grandfathered in there, and maybe if he applied now, he would never get in.
Mm.
I have no idea. But I still want to do that. You and me. To still do other Artist Alleys. I just haven't. I've been on vacation.
Well,
I
yeah.
was in Miami. That was okay, and then that was cool. And then you know, I haven't had time to look that up. But I want to do. I heard some people live off just doing Artist Alleys everywhere, which I find very hard to believe.
Yeah.
But
Especially
I heard,
the travel and everything.
yeah. So you have to make enough for the travel. But let's say you're getting in free to some of these things, right?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is make over, what is it, like a $200 flight. If you make over $200 and you're a consistent seller, that's possible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But I want a booth. I want an exhibitor booth. I want to have like a booth there with my art and shit like that. I could just split it with you, which is, you know, but I need initial money now, and then we can figure that out.
Yeah.
I want it so bad, but I don't have the money for it. Don't have the money for it. Relatives won't lend it to me, so it's up to Patreon, which I haven't got a single follower yet.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm gonna fix it up. Now I'm trying to promote it, and I'm gonna fix it up. You know, today I wanted to go over how to draw hair. People keep asking me about this a lot, and I have a hair video, by the way, but I don't talk about texture of hair, and I kind of want to go over that specifically really quick
Okay.
on this video. And like I said, this video is going to be uploaded to YouTube when we have a little bit. This is starting though. We're barely starting. I have a lot of ideas for this too, like a different intro and an outro. I got other stuff. I want to bring more people in. Maybe like we'll refine what we're doing in terms of what we're talking about. Because I find it kind of jarring to me when I watch a video and they go from social to technical drawing to social again.
Mhm.
I find that really jarring, but I don't know any other way to do it, to be honest.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how else to do it. Sometimes I'll watch a video for one or two reasons. One, I want it only social. Or two, I want just informational. So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird to be like that, you know, back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let me go. Wait, what the fuck happened?
What'd you do?
Hold on. Mo, come on, Mo.
Who's that?
The mocap machine.
Oh.
Mo, sorry, not mocap. Mo is the name of this camera. Let me talk really quick about hair, just a few points about it. I talked about this in the video really quick. When people draw hair, I think their initial reaction, especially when you're a beginner, and I don't know how wait, how do you draw hair? I don't think. Do you draw hair?
Not really.
I see you draw
mean,
fur.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you go about drawing hair? Do you normally do it?
Not really. I don't really draw hair.
Interesting. Okay, so I see people draw it like SpaghettiOs, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning.
SpaghettiOs? What do you mean?
Like they'll draw line by line,
Oh.
always. And I guess you can't see it because there's a delay. SpaghettiOs. And I think when you look at it, it looks like a huge mess of shit. Unless it's like, I don't know. Did you see Ant-Man yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, the girl. Well, you didn't see it, but the Wasp or whatever the girl's name, the
Oh.
girl in that movie,
Okay.
who I think she's gonna be the Wasp.
Okay.
She has like
Spoiler, but okay.
Spoiler, yeah. Spoiler. She's got hair like it looks like a Lego.
Oh yeah.
You know, it looks like one solid piece.
Oh.
It has this kind of bizarre little like cap thingy. It looks like she's wearing some kind of hair hat to me, you know,
Okay.
on her head.
Yeah.
If it's not that, and it's usually like, let's say, wavy hair or something like that, people tend to get like super, super messed up because they look right into it and they draw this like bizarre hair. So when you're thinking about hair, always think of it as one mass or several masses, especially if you're doing, even if they have like several chambers to the front of it. Like
Yeah.
if somebody has, bangs,
Yeah.
and then they have the rest of the back of the hair, you got to think about it as one large mass first, primarily, and that's kind of what I took here. I took like a lock,
Okay.
and I kind of threw that out there. And then once you take that lock, and I'm thinking of it as this one large mass, I start to break that up, without breaking the entire form. Are you typing, Lyndon?
Yes, I'm typing.
Are you
I'm answering.
Facebooking?
I'm answering
Are
questions.
you Facebooking, Lyndon?
No,
Okay,
no, that would be rude.
Right.
No, but answering questions.
Okay, no problem. So like I'm gonna break this up, and when I usually break it up, I break it up into kind of like and it's kind of like the way I broke up like the shadow part. I think of the highlight, which is along here.
Uh-huh.
Then I think of like next to the highlight would be kind of the darkest area, which would be, I guess you could call a coarse shadow. I'm not even sure what to call it, but right before it hits a highlight, there's a slight darkness to it, where this area right here is darker than the area down there. And the reason for that is you have to make the highlight stand out more,
Yeah.
and you make the highlight stand out more by contrasting it with a slightly darker area.
Okay.
A slightly darker area. The only reason some looks super bright is because the area next to it is darkish.
Oh.
And then that's when I start pulling little lines. Like I start pulling little lines out of that. You know what I mean? Some of them pull through, some of them don't. And I try to be as random as I can within it.
Yeah.
Because if you're random within it, then it won't break the form. It won't completely break the illusion, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And there's another thing about that. Let's say you're drawing from a photo and their hair doesn't. Let's say it looks crappy, or it looks weird, where it's like all shaggy, or
Yeah.
there's just something wrong with it. Let's say there's stray hairs. Try not. I mean, I don't know how to say that. I guess some guys draw the stray hairs, but you shouldn't in the beginning,
Yeah.
because just because it looks like some way in the picture doesn't mean you're supposed to draw it that way.
Okay.
Because I've heard that a lot too, where we'll draw something and the hair just doesn't look right, and
Oh.
then they'll say like, "Oh, it was like that from real life," or "It was like that in the photo."
Oh.
And even if it's like that in the photo, you're not supposed to. You don't draw it like that because it won't look right.
Yeah.
And that's the whole. And I'm gonna go off on the same rant, I guess I always do. You're an artist because you're making decisions. You're a decision maker.
Yeah.
You're a designer, and so it's kind of your job to edit that stuff out. As an artist.
Yeah.
And because we're not cameras, we're not trying to replicate cameras for unless you're like in New York and you know what I mean, and you're trying to do the super ultra realistic,
Oh,
maybe
type
you are
of art. Yeah.
yeah, maybe you are trying to replicate a camera. I don't know, but generally, you're making decisions about what goes in and what goes out, and you're also kind of designing, even if you do like a realistic looking portrait. So like within the white areas, I'm pulling out slightly darker lines,
Okay.
and then within the darker areas, I'm grabbing my eraser, whatever that eraser that may be. I like the kneaded eraser,
Uh-huh.
and I'm even pulling little lines in there, just slightly, just to create slight texture within it.
Mm.
So guys' hairline tends to be more lower. Girls' hairline tends to be back. These are just broad
Yeah.
generalizations. When guys draw a hairline, they tend to have a few points on it, and there's usually, I think there's 5. I wonder if I can do them out of my head. There's two over here. It takes this like stair step downward usually,
Mhm.
and again, this is just general. Doesn't mean everybody has that. And then it takes another stair step down for this like the sideburn area.
Okay.
The hairs on this side tend to flare that way, and I'm just gonna do these very choppy, just to show what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They tend to flare that way if they have hair growing out.
Oh.
And it goes down to that area, and then let's say you have the ear over here. That's kind of where the hairline is with guys. For girls, it goes. Let me see. So the hairline, let's say with the guy would be over here. The girls is more like a little bit further back on the head, and it kind of goes a little rounder. And they don't really have much sideburns at all because I guess they're pulling their hair back
Yeah.
sometimes. And again, that changes. Well, we have a generic type. And they have a little bit of a bump if we're talking about somebody who is tying their hair back, which is like a really common thing.
Mhm.
A little bit of bump because of all the hair mass, especially like Deanna, you know.
Yeah.
Deanna has like a ton of hair. Pulls back, and then, you know, whatever, like let's say it ties down there, blah, blah, blah. That's the hair lines. Oh, okay. Here's a big one. Whenever you're doing hair of any kind, you have to kind of remember the skull is there. That's another common habit.
Okay.
A common habit would be when you draw the face, and that's another beginner thing too. You draw the face, and then you just kind of draw the hair like around it, kind of like an acorn.
All right.
I know you don't see that yet, but they tend to like not put as much skull on it.
Uh-huh.
That's a huge thing, like a huge thing. Like I swear to God, everybody does that. It's like bugging me. So when you draw the hair, you have to keep in mind that the skull is in there. That's why you kind of find that circle of the head first, and then
Yeah.
you pull down, you know, and never kind of go under that line, you know, no matter what it is, or over that line, because they'll look like they have a lopsided head.
Oh. When you're drawing the head, should you draw the hair out afterward, or
So I draw the hair after, you mean?
like should you draw the work on the hair first, or is that like a last thing? Like how do you go about drawing a person's like head? Do you
Like
start with
head
the
in general?
face? Yeah. Do you start with the face and then the hair, or
I tend to start with the whole thing. Like even actually what I'm doing right now, I tend to do that. You know, like I do this, and I add out where they're gonna go first. And this is just more like getting into like general head, but I can do that. That'd be nice because I know that really out of my head. I would draw, and this is actually smaller than I usually draw, but oh, whatever. I draw where the features are gonna go with like the side of my pencil. So I use the side of my pencil. And I put those features in there, like where they're gonna be, because when I place them, then I feel like I can go crazy.
Uh-huh.
And I think you know this as well, right?
Yeah.
Like when I find the placement, then I feel like I can really start almost. You know, before that it's more like just kind of the boring stuff. It's the boring shit. You know, you're working it out. You're kind of like, all right, gotta do this. You're setting up the scaffolding for like the building. You're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So once I have what I have there, which is essentially that, then I can kind of go in, and I usually find my eyebrows first, the center point, kind of where they're, how close are the eyes going to be. Usually I
Yeah.
start at the eyebrows, and then I'm actually going darker than I normally do here, but I start drawing the eye. Whoa, the noise. The noise! Can you hear me, by the way? I didn't realize the mic isn't that close to me.
Well, like you told me to turn it down.
What happened?
You told me to turn it down.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Forget about it then. Don't worry.
All right.
And I'm placing the eyes here as well. I'm trying to figure out where they fit into the eye socket.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this relatively quick. Because the more you get used to drawing faces, the more steps you can essentially skip. I mean, but I'm never going to skip that first phase, to be honest.
Yeah.
The whole, like, where to place it. I mean, I guess I can, but I don't know. I feel very comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is just, like, my generic face I'm drawing here. You know, my anybody face.
Yeah.
I search for the mouth. I have to remember the mouth is on a cylinder. It's on, they call the tooth cylinder.
Uh-huh.
So it kind of wraps around the teeth area, you know, because your teeth are cylindrical.
Yeah.
Or at least your what do you call that? I guess tooth cylinder, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You put in the upper. I usually start with the upper lip. I think of that as like a mustache almost in
Okay.
a way. I try to center point that as well as I can, and then I put the lower lip. I always have a habit of drawing the lower lips real big. I don't know why I do that.
Hmm.
I don't think I have a giant lower lip, do I? I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't know why I do that, but. And then I try to balance out the chin, you know, try to even that out. Okay, and then I always tend to throw a shadow pattern, a real simple one, which would be if it's coming from the light's coming from above.
Uh huh.
The chin itself is going to cast a shadow on the neck. And I darken that up a little bit. Same thing within the eyes. I darken it up a little bit. Let's see, darken that. I even darken the hair if it's going to be dark hair.
Hmm.
All that with the side of the pencil. Wah, wah, wah. And that's my, let me see, so far generic head. Yeah, women is something I'm drawing like constantly right now. Constantly, because I just don't know how to do it that well.
Yeah.
So I'm drawing a bunch of it. Let me see this. Sure. Let me see if I can just draw a generic female head for everybody. Yeah, because girls are... I know in drawing form, I was looking at like J. Scott Campbell.
Who's that?
And, you know, he does Danger Girl and... what else? Danger Girl. He did Gen 13, like back in the day when people really liked Gen
okay.
13. Do
Yeah.
you have any idea? You just fake.
No, I know. She wears like
just
the
nodding
white
your head
shirt.
and being
Doesn't she
like-
wear a white shirt and she has like orangish
A
hair?
white shirt. I know
And
she
then
had
she has
orangish-
like green and blue.
Yeah, she has
pants.
green and yellow stuff.
Green and yellow, whichever.
Yeah, they call it Caitlin Fairchild. But I mean, he was an art. He's just like a guy that everybody likes the way he draws chicks. And that's pretty much all he draws right now, to be honest.
Oh.
Like he draws women, like even for like I don't know what he does right now, to be honest.
Did they ever finish that series?
What series?
Gen 13.
No, it wasn't his series really, and I
Oh.
don't really know. I think it's still going.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's still going with a different artist. I don't know that for a fact though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? All right, so I drew my vague little head there. And so far the only differences I can tell within like male to female would be dark freaking eyebrows for one, but I don't know. Like they just draw like lines for them sometimes. I guess that's what they do with guys too.
Yeah.
And then let me see. Actually, let me kind of like talk for a second because I'm trying to think,
Well-
and then I'll talk what I'm doing. in a
Well,
second.
can I ask you a question?
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, yes. Tell me what.
Like,
Will you go out with me?
no. No. God damn you. Anyway,
What is it?
what's the easiest hairstyle you feel-
Easiest to be bald
for you to draw?
Buzz cut. That's easy. It just follows the contour. Of the
For
head.
I mean, as for women.
Oh, for women, probably this one, the one I'm drawing right now. It's just like this
Yeah?
little like cutout thing.
Okay.
Honestly, it's cut in the back. I don't even know what the hairstyle's called, to be honest.
Well, what's the hardest one then?
Curly hair, like long curly hair. You know, with girls, especially like they had like redhead look.
Yeah.
That, for whatever reason, is like really hard. Even though Deanna draws that remarkably well, which
Huh.
is weird. Deanna's a friend of ours. She was actually on camera earlier. If anybody saw that feed, you know, because I was testing the feed on her and she was singing like a nut job.
Okay, I'll project my voice. Is it better?
It's a little better.
Okay.
What the hell expression is that?
I have no clue.
Hold on.
What's your favorite hairstyle?
The Dragon Ball Z one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the Resurrection?
No, I haven't
of F?
seen that one
I
yet.
haven't seen it. I heard it's the same old thing, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Oh, okay.
Even though you don't watch any movie that people say sucks. But I'm
Wait, no,
never
did they
gonna
say that it
watch
was sucked?
that. No, they just said it was like the same old thing, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still gonna watch it. Okay, so let me talk about. I guess it's more about like drawing females in general right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I've seen in differences within females drawing faces is when they draw them, they tend to draw this kind of shadow pattern. Well, first of all, the big eyelashes, and the eyelashes they tend to draw as one large shape. You know what I mean? Like kind of
Yeah.
an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Um, I've seen that a lot. Then you can kind of pick out little hairs out of it, which goes with our hair thing, our hair theme. Drawing the eye. One of the really, really big things is right above the eye lashes,
Uh huh.
kind of going up the, what do you call this thing right here?
Eyebrow.
I guess going up toward the eyebrow. They tend to throw this like extra shade in there. I guess it's supposed to represent like eyeshadow. I think it's supposed to represent kind of like eyeshadow.
Huh.
I just see that in everybody's drawing. Like everybody who draws chicks, I see that a lot. In comparison to their guys, they just don't put that on their guys.
Huh.
What else? Their nose, and I'm gonna go into the other features right now. I'm just going into like one feature at a time. I kind of need to do that other eye over there in the corner. It's
Yeah.
looking all weird. Their nose tends to be, and this is again, what guys, I don't know what certain guys are into, especially Scott J. Campbell. He draws the little upturned kind of nose, like small upturned nose that you see like in, I don't know, like Playboy magazines from like the 80s. Yeah, animation. Yeah, animation does it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see that like stuff like in, I mean in Real People though. You see that
Oh.
like in like 80s Playboy or something. With not a lot of info in it either.
Huh.
They just kind of throw like little lump on the side, and then they throw like maybe a nostril, and then a little bit of the edge of the nose, and then they just don't throw a lot of info. That's just what I keep seeing. And you go down to the philtrum, this thing. On
Okay.
your mouth. I don't know what that's called. I think it's a philtrum.
Oh.
I go down. I usually go up to right above the upper lip. And I'm trying to figure out where the center point of that upper lip is to kind of make sure that it will make sense when I draw the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm going to make this person smile. Let me think. It's always like debatable. Do I want this person to smile? It's weird. Smile nervously. I've done a lips video. Check that out if you have any questions with that. Right now it's looking like a mustache until I fill it in. And it might even look more like a mustache. Wait, no.
She was starting to look smug or something.
It's trying to look smug. It's true. She's like, what the hell? I was like, I think she looks confused. Like, oh. Lower lip. Oh, another thing with the difference between male and female. Male, well, especially when you're doing shaded or even like comics, they'll put like this little shadow below their lower lip.
Oh yeah.
Always, right? Or a lot.
Yeah.
But instead with women, they kind of fill it in to make it look like a little bit closer to lipstick, or I guess lipstick, right? But they use something else now
Yeah. I don't know.
because people don't really have full blown lipstick as much, right?
No.
They have something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I needed Deanna, man. I needed Deanna to tell me. Make it kind of look right there. She kind of looks like she has a sore though. Let me. I darkened it up like in comparison. Okay, another thing. I'm just gonna go with the difference between the guy and the girl, and then I'll try to like work on the rest of it. The other thing is I see a lot with is the contour of the face is super different. Guys have an angular face, usually angular, a little bit more angular.
Yeah.
Even like the kids. Well, not really. I guess she's got like a kid face. The side of the cheek, it's like this, usually like rounder curve, just in general.
Hmm.
And the chin is pointier. I see that a lot of people's drawings. And I don't know. I've seen some guys do it angular though, like that dude who does that one, Vox.
Yeah.
I mean, he does some angular stuff, but it still looks good. I guess it's just super subtle. Like that's another thing. That's one of the reasons I found it so hard to catch on.
Yeah.
Is because a lot of these changes, like between male and female, their drawing is
Yeah.
so subtle, like super subtle. That I'm like, if I do something even kind of wrong, I'm like, wow, she looks like a guy. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or wow, I fucked that up or something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Let me go into the other eye real quick and keep working on this real fast. and then I'll work in the hair, and I'll talk about the hair on this chick.
Okay.
So, how's it going?
All right.
What's up? While I'm working here, the intermission.
Are you gonna draw a hairy monster next?
A hairy monster. I'll think about it. You're talking about a monster, right? Not
Yeah, a
like vagina or
monster.
something?
No.
Vagina. Did you see the video I put up with Karina and me critiquing somebody's drawing? Oh, I put it up yesterday. I actually it's one of the few videos I posted on Facebook. I like never post my videos on Facebook because I feel really embarrassed. I don't know. I just feel really. It feels like I'm hawking my own shit at my own friends.
What the heck?
That's just the way I always felt. I always felt like, I don't want to do that. And I feel like since I feel like I'm opening myself up for criticism or from my friends, even though my friends would never do that.
Yeah.
Most of them, I think they wouldn't.
Well, you think some professional artists like you did this wrong?
Well,
you
like
did
I
that
definitely
wrong."
got guys on there from Art Center, and I'm a little embarrassed about that. You know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From those guys, I am embarrassed.
It's like you didn't learn anything from class.
Turn off. Yeah, I don't know. I just think like that's corny or whatever. I don't know. I just it's an insecurity maybe. I don't want to. I just don't want to do that. You know. Plus, I wanted in the beginning. I wanted natural traffic. I didn't want to. I didn't think I could gauge my traffic on my website truthfully if I pitched it to all my friends, because then. Does that make sense? Like the traffic would run out eventually when you stop being friendly. So I wanted to always like she looks a little cross-eyed right there. Something's up. Let's see this. Something's looking a little cross-eyed. But she said vagina, and then I thought like, wow, it's a little much. Like, I was like,
Where did that come from? Vagina?
well, because somebody drew a mouth on there. And it looked kind of like a vagina.
Oh.
Because they didn't connect the opening of the mouth at all to the edge of the lips.
Oh.
So it looked kind of like a butthole. And I told her that, and she's like, actually, I thought vagina. I was like, what? That's weird, dude. Like, this is for kids. No, I'm kidding. I think, actually, you're pretty old on my side. You're, like, from 12 to, like, 19. So you're old. Let me erase this mark through the middle of her head.
Okay.
That's why I draw those things softly, too. The reason I draw softly is so that I can erase that thing without any
markings.
Fucking, like, nasty shit in the paper.
Yeah.
I'm shocked how that stuff stays there.
I know, right? For me, I always draw really
You're the king
hard.
of erasing, right? You erase everything. You can like stay in the same paper forever.
Yeah.
But
because it's gonna be vectorized later on. That's why.
Yeah, but for you, what were you gonna say? Like,
no, I'd always draw too hard, and even when I try to draw softly, I draw hard.
Why? Well, have you tried doing that thing I do, where you just go along the edge side of the?
Oh no, I haven't tried that.
Do you think that's not precise enough for you, or what do you?
Probably.
Think? Like you have to be more precise.
Yeah.
Let's go into her hair, and her hair is gonna be dark. I'm gonna throw one big value over the entire thing right now, and then take it from there. Feel free to talk over this, because this is gonna be a little bit.
What's the difference between fur and hair?
Well, isn't fur like have a shorter? Isn't fur a lot shorter than hair?
Is it?
Yeah, is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You know.
I think fur is way shorter than hair. I think.
Oh.
That's the difference I can think of, to be honest. Fur's on the body.
Yeah.
So it kind of reacts differently. I guess the shortest hair we have would be like maybe a buzz cut, and that, like I said, just conforms to your head. I don't know.
With the texture, when you drawing it out, would it be
about
different?
The same, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be about the same. If you're drawing some like long locks, like maybe on a werewolf arm, maybe. That might be pretty close to like a chick's like a lock of her hair, like who's got like a slight poofy head. Or something like that. Yeah, I think that would be. That's making me really think, actually. You draw more than I do. What do you think? I mean, you draw fur constantly.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? You should ask yourself that question. I reflect that back upon you.
No, I don't know.
Oh no.
Well, they always draw like when it comes to fur, it's always like really detailed on like werewolves and stuff. But then like when the people draw like normal hair, it's like a texture or something.
Yeah, maybe because hair is what do you mean by hair? Like hair on people's heads?
Huh?
Like hair on people's heads?
Yeah, like hair on people's heads.
Maybe it's because it's like not the focal point, right? Maybe with a wolf, it is his face or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no answer for that right now, I gotta say. I'm not 100%. I'm trying to bring out a highlight on her nose. In order to do that, I gotta put some dark in her nose. It's not really working. I'm trying, though. I think the scale might be too small on this thing.
You need to define her hair more, though.
Hold on, yeah. I'm into that. I'm trying to, like, pick her nose. I'm trying to figure
Trying
out
to pick her nose.
I'm trying to pick her nose, yeah. Hold on, I'll get to the hair. Hold on. Okay, so when I look at the edge of the hair, especially in a drawing like this, I'm trying to. I don't want to make a solid line. I'm trying to avoid it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like a slightly blurry line to contain it. Slightly blurry. Or I would just have a dark all the way to the edge, but I'm gonna put like a slightly blurry line. I think there's a couple reasons for that. One focal point is usually where sharp. One thing with a focal point is usually it's where kind of sharp stuff, sharp shapes happen, or how do you say that? It's like these sharp. What's wrong with my brain? Where sharp pencil marks are made, essentially, like that'll bring focus.
Yeah.
And that'll be the face. You know, right here it wouldn't bring that much focus. If I put a dark line or if I put one thick line, it might.
That's what I was gonna say.
What's
Like
up?
you were gonna outline it.
I'm not gonna outline. I could. But I'd rather not. I think it looks nicer if I don't.
Okay.
But, you could definitely do either one.
Oh, okay.
That's a decision, I guess.
Huh.
Because it's starting to remind me of drawings I used to do back in the day a little bit right now. What else? What the fuck? I just fucked up that eye. Whatever. What?
You could do another subject of drawing celebrities.
Maybe. We're still learning, dude. We'll get it. Don't worry about it. This is
Okay.
literally our first, technically our second one, really,
Yeah.
technically ever. So we'll learn it. Don't worry about it. I have very big confidence in everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too bad Deanna doesn't know English better because she's so passionate about everything she talks about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's really too bad. It's really too bad. Anyways, okay, that's it for the female drawing. Honestly, that's kind of one of the differences. What I was going to do is I was going to talk about book recommendations. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, you two. I got one. Do you have one? I can show you the one, actually. We're going to go over a book recommendation. And this is a book that I got at Comic-Con. Lyndon has it also.
Yeah, that's a really good book.
Yeah, Lyndon has it
For
also.
references.
It's called Geek Art. Wait, let me see. Wow, you can't even see that. An anthology. And the cover looks like this. Let me go over it again. Let me zoom out. And this thing has a bunch of... I don't know, what do you call it? It's compiled of a bunch of different art. Right? Is that what you'd say?
Yeah.
Bunch of different art. A lot of different... Mostly graphic design-oriented art. There is some painting. There's actually cosplay, too. Wow, I forgot about that. Different kind of art. And this is actually one of my favorite books I picked up at Comic-Con. Because I didn't expect to even really like it. Like, I just looked through it over there. And I thought, it's another compilation. I don't even like art compilation books. But I was just like, whatever. And then the more I looked at it over there, I'm like, all right, I gotta have this book. I really like it a lot. Like this stuff's cute. I got it for $40. I don't know what it runs on Amazon. Probably runs cheaper or more. I have no clue. How much did you buy it for?
Think about the same price.
About the same price, about
Yeah.
40. There's some action figures, and it's actually a really thick freaking book. How many pages is this? Let me look at it real quick. It has 400 pages about.
Yeah.
So it's really packed full of information, and I recommend it really highly, super highly. If you want kind of inspiration, I do look through it every now and then just to inspire me. And that is my book recommendation. Lyndon, Tell me your book recommendation, even though you don't have it. And they can't really see it.
Because you didn't give me enough time.
I know. I didn't give it enough time. Do you have a book recommendation there?
Well, yes, I do actually. Well, no, I can't put it on screen.
Okay, when I edit it, I'll put it on screen.
Okay.
What is it?
It's called Creating Characters with Personality for Film. TV animation, video games, and graphic novels. You can find it on Amazon for really cheap, like $7, and they go through the process of like how to create a character, and like how the different types of characters and the different shapes of the characters and stuff like that.
What do you like about it outside of the obvious? You know, like is there
like
anything outside the obvious? It's just like a really good teaching tool.
Yeah, it's a really good teaching tool for me.
How big is it? Like how many pages is it? You know?
Let me see. I think it's like. Let me see. Hold on. Should say around here. It is 144 pages.
144.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can get it for like $7.
$7? Really?
Now, yeah.
Well, are you serious?
Yeah, it's
is that like a used one?
Oh, that's a used one. Yeah, $7. Huh?
Have I seen it?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god.
It's non-used is like 1745.
Okay. And that's where the camera cut off. I don't know what happened. It crashed or something. The good part is that at least it did do it at the perfect time, right when we're done with our book recommendations. I need your help now. This is why I'm talking to you. You, please. What's up? I do need your help. I need your help with the format of the show. This is something I am gonna do for the long run. I want to do these things maybe once every 2 weeks, and I need your help in terms of ideas, topics, really just subjects for us to talk about, maybe things I can read about and then, reiterate to you, things that maybe are argumentative, you know what I mean? Different things to draw. Anything, put it down in the comments below. I appreciate your help, and I'm happy with anybody that's stuck with me this long, and, if you got to this point in the video, amazing. I'm so amazed. I'm honored. Thank you so much, guys. Please enjoy the following links.